Accounting pros and cons. I'm actually making this video to help us put our careers in perspective, especially knowing what lies ahead of us, the benefits, the enjoyments, the sacrifices we have to pay and make and the like. Accounting pros and cons. And shout out to a listener from all over the world. I could not but mention the UK, the US, the Philippines, the Seychelles, the Canadian, Ghana, Sierra Leone, watching us from Kenya, New Zealand, India, and from Nigeria, of course. Thank you. Thank you for subscribing to GJAMES Associate channel. My name is Gbenga Olatunji. Accounting pros and cons. Let's look back. The picture was actually taken over a decade ago thereabout. So therefore we are actually looking back to help ourselves put our career in perspective, in order, and made up of our mind for our suitability, even for the profession, before we go much into it. So it's good for us to listen to this. Had benefited from being an accountant, and if I'm to come to the world again, I will definitely choose to be an accountant. So therefore, let's go into the pros and cons of accounting profession. The first I'm going to mention will be on career stability. You see, the stability of accounting profession cannot be overemphasized, in the sense that it is not a seasonal profession or a seasonal job. It's actually a profession you can practice, that is, as an entrepreneur you can practice accounting or accountancy, and at the same time you can go for being employed in the profession. And you know what, every time and any time, accountant will always have work to do in form of job and in form of work, depending on whether you are an entrepreneur or you are an employee. So it is very stable, and that is one of the greatest reasons. Of course, when I was going into the profession, we didn't have the luxury or the opportunity of somebody coming up to tell us what I'm telling the world now. I didn't have the opportunity, but at least you have, and I'm happy to be the channel that God is choosing to give you this opportunity. So therefore, if you are looking for a profession that you can always count on, that you will be able to get job, you will be able to be employed anytime, any day, then you got to look the way of accounting and accountancy. Okay, another thing, another pro after career stability is problem solving. And you know what? Problem solving is all about what we come to do in this world. Problem solving. Yes, problems will always be there, and those that solve them will make money. So accounting is a channel, a vehicle through which you can solve issues, different issues of life, issues of business and career and the like. There are enormous business issues that you can solve, and as much as you solve them, you keep on making money. So in problem solving, we can look at the area of the concept, accounting concept, and is very meaningful. It helps our lives as accountants. Let's take for example prudency concepts. The prudency concept that always tells us not to bank on any money that we've not earned. That is, don't go and spend the money because somebody has promised you. If a customer promise and the customer is yet to buy and put the money in your bank account, prudency concept says that you've not earned it. So it solves the problem of living beyond your means and the like. That may be another cons there, because people don't like accountants in that way because we are very conservative. But it solves the problem of not having money or living in poverty later on because of extravagant life that we cannot actually support. Still under problem solving, we can talk about accounting as a language that everybody understands. Everybody speaks the language of accountancy. Whether you are an accountant or not, you understand accounting language. You understand money. You understand finance. You understand currency. So you speak the language that everybody understands, and this can all equally be tied to the first mentioning, that is career stability, because you speak the language that other people understand and you understand the language very well. You will always communicate, you will always find work to do, business to do. And there are enormous businesses that we are looking actually towards the accountancy profession to solve their issue. That is the truth. And even as entrepreneur, if you are not an accountant before or looking the side of accountancy, as your business continue to grow, you will definitely look the way of accountancy. It's either you go for finance and accounting for not accounting oriented people, as maybe in form of higher learning or sub skill you quickly learn, because you need to guard yourself and your business with the knowledge. If not, you know what will happen. I will not mention that. It puts your business and you yourself as to be a better manager of business and businesses. Another pro of accountancy or accounting is the potential to earn money, or even earn valuables, generally consideration, because money is not the only thing that you will earn. You will earn respect, you will earn regards. So let's put it down as potential. You have potential to earn greatly. You have potential to earn greatly. And as I was preparing to make this video, I quickly Google and research into some of the highest paying profession in the world, and you know what? Accounting keeps coming up. Accounting keeps coming up. It may not be the highest, but you know what? It is very stable. Your earning power is very stable. You can always predict your earning, and that is one thing about accountants. So either you are on the entrepreneurial side as accountant, or on the employment side of accountancy, or you are a subject matter expert, especially you have greater potential to earn when you build your career to be an expert, that is a subject matter expert. Take for example forensic accounting, forensic auditing, taxation, even excess bank charges and the like. You just specialize in one and make your name count in that industry. When it comes to that, then you have greater potential to earn, because majority of the problems along that line will be coming to you and your organization. So you have greater potential to earn, and this will interest you. The last one I'm going to mention will interest you, and if there is any profession that enjoys this the most, it will be the profession of accounting and accountancy, working with high and knowledgeable people. working with high caliber of people and highly knowledgeable people. Knowledgeable people. This is greater or one of the greatest assets you can have. Knowledgeable people around you. You work as you continue to solve business issues and problems. You work with entrepreneurs, you work with people that are very sound, technically sound in their industry. You work with giants in the industry because you are an accountant. That is the truth. And you know what? Working with them opens greater doors for you even when you move on in life. And the knowledge that they've impacted, you know what, nobody can take it from you. And this is one of the greatest assets that accounting profession gives to anyone that is in the profession. Highly knowledgeable people. Your network is very sound and solid, and you know what, you can bank on people. That is the truth. Not money now. You have people currency. The greatest asset you can have is people currency. Not money, but people currency. And accountancy will give that to you. So I want to believe with these few among so many we could discuss, you have a clue of the pros of accountancy. Of course, anything that has the good side must definitely has the bad side. So let's quickly look at some aspects, not really that bad, but those things that you should be ready for at the same time, because they are those sacrifices that I mentioned initially. And the first I'm going to talk about will be that accounting is kind of hard and rigorous and meticulous. Whether you are practicing and using your experience in the industry, whether you go into the academia or you are professional, whatsoever side of accountancy you are in, there are greater sacrifices to be made. It's a kind of hard and difficult. Of course, you need to be a figure people. That is, your arithmetic, your mathematics must be a bit above the average. And also, you will need to spend a portion of time and concentration. So that is another thing. Should I put something down for the cons? Is a kind of hard, a kind of hard. And when we are talking about that is hard, it's hard because you have to make some sacrifices. You have to make it happen for yourself. You have to make it happen for others. You need to be meticulous. You need to concentrate. So that is what I meant by accounting is a bit of kind of hard and difficult. Let me put it there. And difficult, especially if you are not a type that can easily concentrate and not be distracted. Accounting will be very difficult to practice. 2, accounting will cost you a fortune to maintain. In accountancy, it costs a fortune. Of course, you are going to make your money, but it costs a fortune to maintain. Either way, whether on the academic side, you spend 4 5 years in the school, then many people don't know this, that accountancy or accounting is like law. You've got to actually practice it, and you need experience before you go into the profession. Just as we have law school, an accountant actually supposed to be under the tutelage of an audit firm and the like for some months or some years, like case of Nigeria, for 36 months. That's 3 years. You have to be under the tutelage of a senior on an audit firm, that you learn it firsthand apart from the theoretical. That is what it takes to be an accountant. So it costs you a fortune to pass this school exams, to pass the professional exams. You will be having to subscribe. Your subscription every year must be paid. You need to belong to society of accountants so that you can know the latest news and the like, and update your knowledge. You need to do some mandatory continuous education so that anything new in the industry, you will be abreast of it. So it costs you a fortune. And last but not the least that I'm going to mention as per the cons is time consuming and demanding. It's time consuming and demanding. But if you are a type that actually likes to be on your own, better for you. So time consuming, let me put it down. Time consuming and demanding. And I'm going to give us an example and a story of myself when I was about to get married to my wife, and she's on the side of extroverts, outgoing, pronouns and the like. So me, I was then practicing. I was a trainee in an audit firm, and you know what, I need my concentration because I must not make mistake. So then she will be shutting me up on the phone, expecting me to respond. I cannot respond. And she could not just tell me then. She could not just understand that the profession that I'm actually in is totally different. And you know what? It was strange to her. Then, of course, now she's very used to it. So if you marry an accountant, be ready that sometimes he or she just need that concentration and you need to give it to them. So from GJAMES Associate Channel, Gbenga Olatunji FCA has been speaking. I want to believe that this has encouraged somebody and to put our career in perspective so that we can actually know whether we are fit for the job or not. Of course, fitting for the job requires sacrifices, and once you are able to give it what it actually takes, why not? If we can, you can. Subscribe to GJ's Associate Channel. We are on different platforms. On Facebook, GJAMES Associate Channel. My name is Gbenga Olatunji. If on Facebook, Olatunji Gbenga, you can subscribe. You can like me, like GJAMES Associate on Facebook, and just follow us everywhere. Follow us everywhere. Next, we should be looking at another interesting topic. We got so much topics for us to look at. Next, we are going to be looking at top exam mistakes that student makes, and we have more in store for us. We are going to learn about understanding different types of analytical procedure, and also we'll be looking at the different differences between auditors reports and audit committees reports. So like, subscribe. We are value to life. GJAMES Associate Channel. We are value to your business. So join us next time.